good, y'all? I'm Dr. Trehunna. So I actually did a thing today. I went ahead and turned myself into a cyborg. Today I'm going to explain to y'all is what is a CGM, or a continuous glucose monitor. What is the purpose of me even having this in my arm? How long am I going to have it in my arm? And what is the benefits of even having this type of feature? So you already know about me. I'm somebody who likes to optimize everything, and I'm a biohacker. I'm kind of a rebel. I always want to find out the why behind everything, especially when it comes to my body. So what I actually did is I went ahead and went with a company called NutriSense, right? And they actually send these things called a Freestyle Libre, all right? Now, if you actually have somebody in your family who's actually diabetic, then you probably seen this device before. You probably just didn't know what in the hell it was, and you didn't care to even ask what it was, all right? So this is a CGM, or once again, a continuous glucose monitor, and what it literally does, it tracks your glucose levels. Simple as that. What would be the benefits of tracking your own glucose levels? Well, actually, you're gonna figure out exactly what foods your body agrees with in real time. All right. So the average glucose level stays around like 100. Okay. Now, if you're fasting like I am right now, then you want it to be under 100 ideally. Okay. Preferably under 90, to be honest. Right. But when you're actually eating foods, your body creates something called insulin and it spikes. Right. But here's the thing. If it spikes and it stays spiked, right? So let's say your fasting glucose is 100 and you eat something. Let's say you have some eggs and some rice, right? And it spikes to 130, but not only stays up to 130 or peaks at 130, it stays at 130 for about 2 to 3 hours. That is a clear indicator that your body is either insulin resistant or you're eating something that your body does not like. It could be rice. Because believe it or not, the eggs is not going to spike your insulin as much as rice, okay? Rice is a carb-based food, and carbs usually spikes your insulin more than proteins or fats, all right? So that's why if you are somebody who wants to incorporate some rice or any type of carbs, you never want to have carbs straight by itself. You want to have something with it that's going to actually slow down the absorption rate of the glucose, such as proteins, such as fats. All right. So what you basically do, if you actually decide to order a continuous glucose monitor, you can literally figure out in real time what your body likes and what it don't. So for instance, let's say me and you go to a low carb restaurant, right? And at every restaurant, what's the very first thing they give to you? Bread, right? So let's say we both have a serving of bread, but it's low carb bread, if that exists, right? And let's say I eat about 2 slices, you eat 2 slices. Let's say in the next 30 minutes to an hour, you check your continuous glucose monitor and yours only spikes about 5 to 10 points. So let's say it was at 100, it goes up to 110. Let's say I eat the exact same bread and let's say mine's go up to 140, right? That means my body cannot tolerate bread like yours. Or that means your body can tolerate bread better than mine. So what you're literally doing in real time is you're figuring out data on what your body likes, what it agrees with, and what it don't. But if you don't have access to this information, you're going to continue to make the wrong choice that your body does not prefer. And guess what? Because you continue to make the wrong choice, then it's going to add up into a crazy situation later on. It's literally that simple, So what I like to do is I always strive and preach to my clients that if there's a way where you can find out more about your body, last time I checked, we only get one body in this lifetime. So you might as well find out about your particular body now. That way you can literally sustain a healthier diet for your body type. And that means you're going to be living longer and have a longer health span and a longer lifespan. It's that simple. All right. It's kind of like you putting fuel to the flame or putting gasoline on the fire. If you continue to eat gluten and you have celiac disease, that makes no logical sense. But if you don't know you got celiac disease, you're going to continue to have that bread and you're going to continue to mess up your body. It's that simple. All right. So that's why I ordered a continuous glucose monitor. Once again, I got it from NutriSense. So it's kind of ugly. If you're a woman and you're like, look, it's all about aesthetics, you just can't have something like this just protruding out your arm. What they actually do is they actually give you a nice little patch. Okay. And it actually stays on for about a week and a half, I'm gonna be honest with you. Continuous glucose monitor usually lasts for 2 weeks. So that means you're getting 2 weeks worth of data. And the good thing about that is your natural tendencies and habits that you like to do throughout the course of 2 weeks. It's 9 times out of 10 what you do throughout the whole time off. And that's 9 times out of 10 what you do throughout the whole entire year, okay? If you're somebody that goes out and live your best life on Fridays and Saturdays, 9 times out of 10 you do that all the time, So This is a great and beneficial item or thing that you should invest in. Now, it's a little bit costly. It costs about $350, but you get a whole month's worth of data. And that means you know what foods you like because you're going to incorporate the foods that you like. And you know what foods your body doesn't agree with because you're going to see it in real time. All right. So just for instance, I just learned that my favorite food, which is French fries, my body doesn't agree with. But guess what? I still have French fries. I just don't have it every single day or every single weekend. Now, if I'm enjoying myself and living my best life, have a little drinky drink in me, I might have some French fries, but I'm not going to do it all the time because now I know my body doesn't agree with it, okay? That's the data that could be possibly provided to you if you decide to invest in yourself and invest in your health, all right? I want to live as long as possible on this earth. Hopefully you want the same, all right? So once again, continuous glucose monitor. I gave you this nice little patch, and this is all from NutriSense. And what's gonna happen is you basically activate it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly what happens. So you download this app, right? And in order to activate it, all you literally do is scan it. It says ready to scan. Put it to your arm. Great job. Your CGM is now successfully activated. You know, at least scan it 3 to 4 times a day. So what I like to do is scan it about 30 minutes after every single meal. That way, what you see is what you get. You know, and once again, what you want to do is make sure your glucose variation is not going too high. So if it's going anything past 140, that's something that you're not supposed to be having daily or even really weekly. Okay. Now, if it stays moderate or spikes about 10 to 20 points, then it's pretty okay, all right? Last but not least, you want your fasting glucose to be anywhere beneath 100 on average. Ideally, if you wanna know you're really metabolically healthy, under 90, all right? So what I'm gonna do for these next 2 weeks, every single time I eat, I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture of my exact same meal, and I'm gonna take a picture of my exact same drinks. Believe it or not, this works for drinks too. Right now I'm drinking this, which is a Ghost, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and track it. I'm gonna go ahead and scan it and see how my body responds to it. If my body's glucose don't respond or my insulin levels don't go as high, that means I can have it. I can have it anytime I want to. Now, if I had another thing, let's say I had C4, which is another type of pre-workout, right? And it spikes 20 points, that means my body prefers Ghost or C4. But I won't be able to come to that conclusion if I never track, okay? So that's what I'm about to do, and what I'm gonna do for these next 2 weeks, I'm gonna record majority of my meals. I'm not record everything, but I'm gonna record majority of my meals so you can see exactly what foods my body agrees with and what it don't. When I have a crazy spike, I'm gonna make sure I definitely record that so y'all can see, hey, this dude wild and he having some French toast with hash browns and a mimosa, and it went all the way up. But guess what? People do this every single weekend. That's the problem. You're not you doing it one time, you're doing it all the time. Cool? So hopefully y'all learned something from this video. Hopefully this inspires somebody to go ahead and buy their own CGM and just do it about once to twice a year, you know? The last time I bought a CGM was last year, so I'm getting data around this time, which is the holiday season. Why? Because I usually eat kind of more wild during the holiday season. During the summer, I'm locked in, everything's good. During the springtime, I'm trying to get locked in, so it's more cool. During the holiday season, I'm more likely to have a little bit more fun. All right, so that's why I'm doing it now, okay? So once again, NutriSense, shout out to them, and hopefully y'all learned something from this video. Cool? That's your reset tip of the day. It's gonna help us stay snatched all the time. In the summertime. Talk to y'all soon. Let's do it.